about bending niggas over, which is rape. But then when
That's
school,
not that's not touching a
hold on,
child. No, and you're gonna
wait.
drop it. If you sit here and keep trying to justify
No,
that
yo, if
joke,
you mute me, I'm just
you're
gonna
gonna
make my
get
own room.
dropped.
If you
I
mute
don't
me,
Hold on.
care. Go ahead, go make your own room.
nah, but
Like you
listen,
really
Who
think
does
I'm
he
pressed
think he
about your little
is?
room?
I'm gonna make my
Right.
own room.
Go
y'all be
ahead,
You
go
gonna be
ahead,
in here
make
by
your
yourself.
room.
y'all be
Clearly,
making rape jokes, and then y'all try to
that's not
like,
rape
Who? No
jokes. That's
one
not a
ever.
rape
No, no
joke.
one
yes,
ever
you
made a rape
do.
joke.
Rape joke is going against your
You
will,
make
and y'all don't be having a
you
problem
make
with it.
rape
I have a
jokes all the
we
time.
touching a child,
Get out
and
of
you
here.
gonna justify the same thing as a dildo? You're a weirdo.
Yo. So say what school said verbatim.
He was making a joke about
No,
that
what
guy
he said
touching kids because he says, I don't know
verbatim.
verbatim. I'm not going to quote him verbatim,
Exactly.
but he said, Michael, he said, you sound like you look like you're Michael Jackson and you probably touch kids too. That's like a fucking pedophile. What are you, stupid?
So
Okay,
At the
he's
end of the
here.
day,
He's
like,
here
yo,
to speak for
listen.
himself
At the end
now.
of
all
the
right, there
day,
you go,
no.
Ray.
Bye.
Bring up Smooth, and you can bring Macy back up. So,
I the man of the hour. Yeah, it is.
so
Yo,
Smooth.
What in the hell? Y'all being this serious?
So what they was, I told you to come over here so you could talk for yourself, bro.
Yeah, Alonzo asked you to
My,
come over here. I
my
didn't ask you
bad.
to come
I'm
over here.
actually doing stuff, like shopping, trying to do construction work. So that's why I'm not on my phone a lot. So,
Razoo,
what's up,
Razoo.
teacher? Teacher, what's up?
Alonzo wanted you to come in here, so
They will ask you what you
Okay, I
said,
guess I'll
so
speak.
you can
I'll
say what
speak
you said.
as a mother. I'll speak. So, school, word on the street is that you made a joke about pedophilia.
I made
Um,
a joke about a guy calling himself Michael Jackson, telling him that he touches kids, as a joke.
okay,
Is
so
that?
so
I mean,
maybe next time leave the touching kids part out because that can definitely, like, I don't know, like, do you see what the issue is? I guess I want to ask, like, do you see why people would like get upset over that statement? Not the
I
Michael
mean,
Jackson part, but
selective
like that.
outrage.
No, it's not
I know
selective
some people
outrage.
in the
That's what it
room
was.
that
I
talk
wasn't
about.
there, but I personally
You
speaking for
had to be
myself.
there to experience it. It was in my
That's why I'm
room.
talking
It
to
was in
school
my
about what
space.
he
But
said.
I'm
That's what
saying
I'm
I was in the
saying.
room because it was my room, right? So they came to
I
my
know,
room
but
because
okay, well,
I
quick.
don't
I'm talking
follow
to
Delia
school.
or Tisha, but they
what
came
What?
you're
to my
not gonna
space
do,
to
you're not gonna
Hello,
over talk
hello. Do I have
Frida.
to raise my
Shut
voice?
up.
Hold on. Let
Like,
Frida
I'm
talk, bro.
clearly talking to
No, no,
school.
my bad,
We're
Frida. My
having a
bad, my
productive
bad, my bad, my
conversation
bad, my
here.
bad, my bad.
It's whether, yeah,
Like,
this is
shut the
about
fuck up
school, so it's
already.
fair to talk to
Blow
school.
chop.
So, as I was saying,
Blow that bitch.
school, do you realize like why someone would get upset over that second part of the statement? Like, I
Uh,
understand like when you're trolling and you're
I
like,
could understand that, Frida. But in my opinion, uh, it was a joke. Just like what you call it? People made a joke about um, what's that
Bill
guy's name?
Cosby.
Bill Cosby raping women. People made a joke about that. People made a joke about uh, uh,
They made jokes about
fuck,
Michael Jackson too.
Not nobody in my
Michael
circle.
Jackson
Like
touching.
school, you what? That's not
This
nobody
is
in my
fake
circle. I've never heard
outrage.
anybody say,
Like people make
"Champion,
jokes
can you go
about
like
what people do in real life. Like
no school? Do you understand? But just because people do it doesn't give you the leeway. Do you not see, like just because things have happened in the past doesn't mean you should now go repeat it because somebody else did it. Like you don't have a mind of your own. Even if somebody else had made that joke, you don't think that that's not okay in the end. Like you don't think that's not okay?
when people make jokes and it's coming from a joking like perspective in terms of no, to me it's they're not being. I mean, you guys have made jokes about men getting fucked in the ass, men needing to be fucking. Like, come on! If I take everything you guys say seriously, I'll be mad every day. Like, come on!
And
No,
you actually like
those are
those
not rape
jokes
jokes.
too,
Where the
right?
Like
creeps
those
at?
are not.
What? You
Hey,
guys made a
Ro,
joke
man,
about
shut your mouth. You just
men
came in
getting
here,
fucked in the
man. Don't
ass.
start.
Where the
Alonzo, do not
creeps
speak to
at?
her like that. What's happening?
Now she always rolling in
Y'all
late.
made jokes
Be
about men
real
getting
shit.
fucked in the ass.
Where the creeps at?
Yeah, that's not rape.
What you like.
Hello.
Why is
That
that
that's
not
con-
rape?
that's consensual sex between two
No,
men.
you made no. The joke was, how about bend over and I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
Which you'll do for
That's some
money.
rapey sodomite shit. Yeah.
That how is that
Not if
rapey?
he said
Y'all
he'll
are
do it
like,
for
aren't y'all
money.
bi?
Hello?
So now you
Aren't
want
we
to
bi?
justify the
What?
joke.
No, but school, that's literally, you really think that we were speaking in a, why the hell would we, no, you know damn well
Right?
people
Like
were
this
Okay,
is
speaking
so
through
how
her,
come
weird.
I
through
can
men.
Okay,
Like,
guys,
please.
listen,
understand?
listen.
Okay,
Okay, I think that
how
we have to acknowledge that there's a difference when we're trolling and being aggressive towards one another as adults, right? I think that the only thing that's cringy is the children part. And that's all I'm saying.
but it's
Like,
because it's something to do with Michael Jackson. It would be different if it was someone completely different. That's a rapper. I mean, that's a musician that wasn't quote unquote that stigma wasn't on them.
So
But that stigma is on Michael Jackson.
but it's still not funny though. That whole stigma,
Okay, that
whether
it
it's true or not true, school, the
that
whole
is
thing about Michael Jackson isn't funny.
that okay. Then that's on you not to laugh. Other people will laugh.
No, oh my God,
Why are you saying, "Oh
listen,
my
listen,
God"?
listen, listen, guys, listen. I feel like this isn't rocket science. This is just I know I wasn't there. I know I wasn't there, but it's not rocket science. Like, everybody's upset about the comment about touching kids, and I think that, like, as a society, that's a protected class of people, right? Children are definitely a protected class of people. Nobody's denying that, there are celebrities out there that have, you know that are pedophiles, but, like, using that, just it's like, yo, maybe you just shouldn't have said that. Like, out of all of the things that you could have said, maybe you shouldn't have said that. So why not just be like, you know what, you're right. Maybe the joke didn't hit the mark. Like, maybe I missed my mark, and, like, move on rather than dragging this on, you know?
Hey, school. Remember when I talked to you about like emotional consideration? Like sometimes when you talk, you don't really consider how people may feel when you talk. I think this is definitely one of those situations where you said something and something happened, and like there was just like in the aftermath, there's like no emotional consideration at all. Whether you are right or wrong in this case doesn't matter because it's like dying on this hill is more detrimental than letting it go. So yeah.
I think
Yeah,
he
this.
would apologize because Alonzo did tell him to apologize, but Woke was the one saying, "Yeah, bro, you said what you said. Yeah, these are kids. Like, I know y'all don't care about women, you don't care about anything else, but the kids, like people that can't even protect themselves, that's scary. If you don't even
Exactly.
care about kids, yeah, I'm very scared of you. I'm very very scared of you."
And but that's the thing. I think that I don't even think it was about. I'm not going to speak for school because I know school is right here. Like, I don't believe that school doesn't care about kids. We see that he's always taking care of his nieces and nephews. I just think that, like, you really, really missed the mark. And oftentimes we're in these spaces, and I know we're all adults here, but we really don't know if one of us were, like, molested as a child, are, like, victims of pedophilia. So, like, that, you guys can sit here and say, oh, it's selective outrage, but you just never know what impacts who. I don't know, maybe I'm just
Mm,
outgrowing this space, guys, because I feel like, I don't know, like, it's just not
okay, so
intense.
when we make the jokes about, okay, look, all right, I apologize, you guys. It offended you guys. Okay, the joke misses Mark.
but you're laughing.
Now, because Ro, please be quiet. Um, so Frida, so when other people make jokes about shit that can also be quote unquote offensive, and just because we don't get mad about it or take it personal, why is it that other people aren't outraged on those jokes?
So I think that the difference is that when those jokes were made from, like, one adult to another adult, again, there was no outrage. If there was outrage, maybe there would have been space for growth after that. Do you see what I'm saying? And saying that just because there wasn't outrage doesn't mean that it's not wrong. It just means that there hasn't been space for growth for that yet. And again, it was a trolling space between adults. But when it comes to childhood stuff, is different. It hits different. It feels different. It's different, school, and you're gonna have a kid in the next few years, and I think you'll really get it when you have that child. Like, you don't want anybody joking about kids. Period. I don't. Like I said before, I will happily murder a pedophile. I will happily take out a pedophile, you know? And if I got to go right after, I'm okay with that. But and it's just a joke, and it really sucks that like I feel like every time everybody's joking nowadays, something serious comes about it. But yeah, there has to be boundaries.
Oh, okay. So now my next question is, are you guys going to also go out there and start a campaign on canceling like people like Dave Chappelle who also make jokes about Michael Jackson and that stuff?
Okay,
That's
so let me.
literally not the same thing. I don't even listen to that Dave Chappelle man. Who's
But he
So
never
I've
so
says
can I
never
say
touching
listened to
something?
him
kids.
either. I've
Hold
never
on.
listened to.
I
So
have.
can I
Go
say
ahead, Dra.
something? This is not a genuine apology. When you apologize
Oh my
and you
gosh!
only
Can
to
you
turn
mute
it
Ro,
around,
please,
no, no,
Frida?
no, no. Only when you
Ro always
apologize
has to make
only
things
to
about
turn
herself.
around
I
and
don't
make it
care,
about, well, are
Ro.
you guys? Well, what about
Ro,
black
I
men? Well,
don't
what about these
care
other
what you
guys? Like,
have
come
to say.
on, then don't apologize. That wasn't even genuine.
I was
Like, come on, that
apologizing to
was
Delia
Guys,
weird.
and Tisha because
guys.
those are my
This
homegirls
shit is
and they got mad
weird.
about it.
Y'all
Ro,
niggas is
shut your mouth.
weird.
You
No, I'm
weird.
not. I'm not gonna
Why
shut up.
are you
How do you? How do you?
why is it that women on this
How do
app
you
like to get
laugh during
mad?
apology,
Why is
then
it that
turn
women on
around
this app
only
like
to
to
say,
take
"Well, what
people's
about the other
oh
guys?
my
What about
gosh.
the other guys?" Nigga, don't apologize.
It's like you
That's
want
weird.
to you want you it's like you
It
want to
wasn't a
feel
genuine apology. That's all.
that is your problem.
Okay,
Again, I'm apologizing to two people, Tisha and Delia, because they got offended about it. And those are my homegirls. I chill with them all the time. So I'm apologizing to those two. Ro,
but you're
I
not
don't care
apologized for
about
making the
you.
comment, though.
Huh?
You're not apologized for making the comment. You're apologizing to them because they got offended from the comment.
If I apologize to someone about a comment that I made, there's a 99% chance that that comment will probably never be made.
That wasn't what I said.
So
So
in
school, do you acknowledge that what was said was inappropriate? I think is where we're going here.
and I yes, it to me it can be inappropriate, right? Because of the circumstances you explained. But again, that's what I'm saying. To me, we were going after each other. It was a joke. A lot of things were said in the room. That's the reason why I said it, right? Because the guy who said his name was Mike. I mean, people call him Michael Jackson all the time, and they compare him to Michael Jackson when he was talking shit to Teco. So that's why I said the comment later on down the line, something mean that's related to Michael Jackson, because he was saying some rude ass shit too. So that's the reason I said it. So it wasn't as if I just randomly wanted to say the joke. It was related to what the room was, right? Woke usually has some rooms about making fun of people. People can say almost anything. Like that's part of joning. I don't know if you guys grew up in that kind of um, mindset where you just make fun of people and you're saying whatever you want to say. Anything kind of goes. So that's why I even made. That's how the comment even arose, just because of the Michael Jackson comparison. But again, I apologize to Delia and Tisha. I didn't want to offend you guys. You guys were not supposed to be offended by anything I said in that room. It was just to that guy. I forget his name. It was just to him. I am sorry that I offended you guys. Okay, I apologize. And the joke was out of place.
And just to speak on the whole David Chappelle thing, David Chappelle like will joke about Michael Jackson, but he doesn't actually mention the children. See, like he knows how to ride that fine line, which is why he's a professional comedian, right? So
I
that
am
explains
pretty sure
why you're.
Dave Chappelle in one of his stand-up comedies. I'll go upstairs and look
Yeah,
for it. He made a
I
joke
don't know of
about
it.
people getting molested as kids because he was talking about
but
Michael
that
Jackson.
still doesn't in school. You
I've
shouldn't
never heard
apologize
that.
just because me and Tisha were in the room. You should
I'm gonna
apologize
Thank
because you
check.
you.
said it in the first place.
It's
Because
not
so if we
genuine.
weren't there, that would have been okay.
What'd
Like
you
it
say,
would have
Delia?
y'all would have
I
just.
mean, you
I'm saying
wouldn't.
like so
This room
if
would
me
never
and
have been
Teacher,
made.
that's
It's
the
kind of like saying,
problem though. We should care
Delia. It's
about
kind of like
kids
saying that.
whether.
It's sorry. I,
Go
I'm
ahead.
I'm not next to my Wi-Fi, so if you're speaking, I'm not seeing your mic move. It's kind of like saying the thing where if a tree falls in the forest doesn't make a sound kind of thing. Like you're not going, no one's gonna know about it except the people who were in the room. And the only reason that guy even started saying something about it was because y'all got mad about it. Like No one else got mad about it except you two. So we were all just making fun of people. Like I've heard people call people bedwenches on his app as jokes, and no one ever gets. That's more outrage. Like that's fucking sick. But no one gets outrage on that. So I've heard some crazy ass shit on his app.
But just because that's happened again doesn't mean it's okay. Like, I'm very confused on why we're going by, oh, because, this person got murdered before. Now, if someone gets murdered, no one should be outraged because murder happens. That's not how it works.
That
Yes,
is not the
it
same
happened before.
thing.
Yes, it is. You're saying that just because it happened in another space that's okay. No, that's not how it should be. Like, no, the other people in the room should have been mad too, but I don't know, just because it's kids, right? So we can move on.
Hey, remember I have kids all day around me, and I'll protect them any day of the week, any day of any second,
And I
any
and I
minute.
don't doubt that.
And so, if a pedophile came around them, that pedophile would probably be walking without legs or some shit. Because I don't want I won't kill, but I'll do stuff to people to make them suffer, right? So I really love the children around my life, and I always take care of them. So, but when people make jokes, I try not to take things personal all the time, right? Because if I take everything people say personal, then I'm just gonna be an emotional. I'm just gonna be too emotional and just be irrational about it. Like I just don't take jokes too seriously. Y'all say jokes about white, black men and white women, especially me and my girl. I don't take it personal all the time. I only take it personal when random ass people I don't even know come and say it. Right? So there's a difference. Like if a random ass dude or a random ass woman comes in and talks shit about me dating a white girl, then that's when I might take it personal. But I don't
School,
take
you and
shit
your
personal.
fiance opposed to a sick fuck touching a kid are two different scenarios, school. Like you can't equate those.
But
Like yeah, like sometimes we'll say little jabs with you and your fiance, two consenting adults. A child does not consent to be in touch, school.
okay,
All right,
again,
so you know how like okay, so this is definitely something that we can say, all right, school, this is an off topic situation. Don't go back to school. If you apologize, you apologize. All right, done, but don't do it again. But we're hearing something that school is right now not okay with. I just feel like, we should just find a way to move on. School's not okay with us talking about his fiance or something like that. We're gonna say, okay, I guess he's too sensitive for that or some shit, whatever it is, and then move on from that. I don't want to be here all day.
I asked him before, and he said he doesn't give a fuck. Because I told him before, I said I don't want you to be offended because I would be upset if someone judged my union based upon our races and different beliefs and stuff. I asked him like two times, and he said basically, have a shot at it. I don't give a fuck. That's the only reason why I participate. If it hurt his feelings, I wouldn't say it.
Okay, all right, I understand.